All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, back with more Handmaid's Tale Season 3. But before we tackle this week's episode, a couple of things. So, I recently made a video that only my hardcore actual subscribers, hardcore subscribers went to. It was a live stream I did discussing the future of reviews for popular shows, including The Handmaid's Tale and shows like Legion, shows that I really love reviewing, like this. Unfortunately, while a whole bunch of you came back from last year, and I love you guys for it, you can't sub twice. And if this channel can't grow from shows like this that are giving me numbers and nobody's subscribing, my motivation to do them for everyone goes right down the toilet. I've been getting more subscribers from shows that aren't as popular as this. And when I see the gap in numbers, it makes me not want to do reviews for this show. Because if I'm getting, let's say right now, episode 1's got over 400 views. That's pretty high for my channel, and I appreciate it. But where are the subs? Where are the likes? Where are the comments? You know, I'd almost rather, I don't get negative comments very often. I probably get some negative comments from this because I'm actually speaking my mind, kind of like appropriate for this show. So I need people to start sharing these videos, and I need people to start subscribing that watch these videos and like them. If you're gonna give me a compliment about how I've got, you know, the best Handmaid's Tales reviews, and I know how this sounds, but I work a full-time job and I do this in my spare time. So a lot of my reviews come from how motivated I am to do them. And when I don't see the channel growing for something that's clearly popular on the channel, then it makes me not want to do it and focus on things that I can do for people that actually want to be a part of the channel. Now, I respect everybody that comes back to the channel for a specific Handmaid's Tale, you know, a show like The Handmaid's Tale. And you guys have already subscribed, a lot of you. But we've been flatlined practically for 5 or 6 months. And it's just not good enough for me to just sit here and entertain and talk about this good show. I need to see real growth. Now, I was going to do a contest irregardless for this show, but it made me like really question, will I even do a contest? Because if people aren't subscribing, if people aren't liking, if barely any comments are coming in, and I'm still being told how great I'm doing at these, then I'm not seeing any kind of return and motivation to do this show. So if there's another season of this, and I hope there is, if we don't grow, I'm not coming back. And I know for some of you that really like my reviews for this show, that's going to piss you off and make you want to unsubscribe. And I understand that because, you know, if this is the only reason you're on the channel and I don't do these, then why are you subscribing? So it's a double-edged sword for me. I could lose either way. But I'm doing this at the beginning of the video just in case people don't make it that far, and if people can't take it, they can just click off right now. There is a review coming for this, but I need to get this off my chest because I see people out there that are doing a way lesser job than me, blowing their channel up. And is that jealousy? Yeah, it's jealousy because they're mediocre. They stand there and they just go, I like the episode, this scene was good, and I understand, and it's just a clinical, practically unemotional reviews going on about this show. And I know people come here because I get emotional about it. And so I'm emotional about my channel. This is me feeling passionate about doing these reviews because I want to do these reviews, but I'm not doing them without any growth anymore. So if you watch this video and you like it, subscribe or share or do something to help us out because I won't be here maybe even for the rest. I don't know if I will even finish the season. And it's like I'm giving an ultimatum, and that's stupid of me, right? Because I'm only I got 671 subscribers, but I've been stuck in this area making content for a while. And it just, it bugs me. Because if clearly people like this stuff, then, and I'm going in circles, but I am doing a contest irregardless. And so, and it's, I don't know, since I don't know how long I'm going to be doing these videos, it starts right now. And it will be, I'll be going to be giving away one of these Blessed Be the Fruit pop socket grip and stands for phones. I see everybody using them. Wow, that got dark, literally. From Amazon, you can stick it on the back of your phone. It's the new thing. So if anybody wants one of these, I'm going to be buying it from Amazon. And we do have successful contests. I don't know if everybody can see this on my channel. We've been doing contests for a while. It is not a way to get me to get your information or anything like that. This is just a way to pay back the people that are actually here and actually subbing and actually commenting. So if you want to be a part of the contest, you have to be a subscriber and you have to leave a comment in the comment section for this video. Whether it's good or bad, you could still win. You could call me a fucking shitbird for all I care. It means I'm getting a reaction. And I hope I do get a reaction. And here's the other thing. A lot of negative reaction will just reinforce my ability, my decision to how much further I continue these. Now, I don't want anybody to think that I don't appreciate you guys, because a lot of times people just hear what they want to hear on videos like this. But I love talking about The Handmaid's Tale. I love talking about it with you. And I love how it makes me feel about stuff in the world. Stuff in the world. Jesus. So anyway, that's my bit. And if we don't see growth in the channel by the next few weeks, then I'm done with this show. And I'm done, like, you know, putting my heart into this when I'm not getting anything back. And maybe that's not right. Maybe maybe I have my priorities out of whack, but motivation to do these is a high, I've got a lot of things I could review. Let's just say that. So anyway, we'll be right back with the regular review in just a second. All right, everybody. Now that unpleasantness is out of the way, and probably most of you skipped ahead to this, which just proves my point. Let's talk about God Bless the Child. So, wow, this one's going to be a tightrope act for me because there's a lot of heavy religious overtones in this one. And if anybody knows my videos, ain't a fan. I think I am a fan of June's mom even more, though, now when she says, don't let religion, affect your choices. But I do think it's interesting that throughout this, showing the story of June having her baby baptized, and then the bookend of it, of Lucas and her friend, I always forget her name, I just call her Not Pussy from Orange is the New Black, that they are baptizing little baby Nicole. And I kind of have this like hard time in my brain of like reconciling June's belief system now. Is it the same now as it was then? Or if it is this just one of those things that, like you hear in the Bible about Job and things like that, of, the hardships making somebody's faith stronger, that this is, we just have to overcome this and show that we can't be beaten. That's one way to go. My way to go would be to burn those motherfuckers down to the goddamn ground. But that's just me. That's just me. And especially in this time or period that we're in America, where women's rights are being taken away to do what they want with their bodies, I feel like this show is even more important. And this episode just makes me even more enraged that we live in a country right now that there are churches in those states, and you think that they don't have a part to play in this decision to start banning abortions in places. So, I mean, the shows are starting to get a little close to reality here. And maybe that's, the way they make these shows, these were filmed way before these things, were put into action It's some little foreseeing the future on accident. And so it's a little hard to be unbiased when I'm watching this, when all I want is for people to stop being so stupid. Men and churches, and I'm not being, some all of a sudden fake feminist cheer for women and everything. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and what's happening right now is wrong. And when I see this, when then you watch this and you see them going about the same basic thing, where they've made rape legal and the religion that these people are following just goes with it, changes the rules to fit their needs, really fucking razzes me. But and also, why do people keep letting Left Eye into the room? There was somebody who told me the show is too predictable, and I defend it. But when that girl just keeps allowed to get close to that baby of hers, and how June really tries to stop her. Wait, don't. The script, well, I know the script wants you to go over there and make a scene again. Because as soon as you saw her and Lydia being like nice to each other, you knew it was just going to turn ugly before the end of the episode. And it also makes me question, I called Aunt Lydia a wild card, but when she does shit like this, where she just throws a beatdown on somebody in front of all these important people, where they see that her mental faculties have been impaired by the damage that was done to her, and just that she's fucking batshit crazy. It puts her role in Gilead into question, I think. And how long will she be able to be at her position when she's embarrassing herself? Because that's how they would see it, right? That she's embarrassing herself and them. How long will she keep her post? And that's, I guess, would make her a wild card, because if she sees her way of life and her place in it disappearing, I think that would make her even more dangerous. But will she even be allowed to get that far? Because she seems to be like one bad decision away from being probably sent to the colonies or something. And I don't know, maybe they could be setting her up for her own little redemptive arc, but I doubt it, and I don't want it. And speaking of redemptive arcs, let's talk about Serena Joy. Now, I'm talking about Serena Joy in this because I'm really talking about June. I feel like if June gets too cocky, she's going to overplay her hand. She seems really confident when she's talking to the Waterfords, and I'm afraid that what she'll end up doing on accident is empowering Serena so much that she creates a monster, where Serena ends up maybe helping take power away from the men of Gilead and giving it to the women. But that's not necessarily a good thing, because we got to remember, okay, I don't think Serena Joy has changed her core value system. Her place in her world has changed. Doesn't mean that she doesn't kind of still want things to go, the way she wants. She's just upset when she found out that she's not an equal partner to her husband. And with June trying to broker a deal kind of between the two of them to kind of share power in a way and get Serena more influence, she could be giving Serena Joy what she really wants to become even worse. Now, I like to think that Serena is going to use this to help herself and help everybody else and help women out too. But don't ever for a second turn your back on her. And I don't think June's done learning hard lessons, especially by the end of this episode, where she has to point out that her husband has the kid. Now, how they got that video, I don't know. Are they posting it on YouTube? It didn't look like a YouTube video. It looked like somebody's actual home video. So now you got to question who's close to Lucas, and who could get that close to Lucas with the camera, and how did they get it? Now maybe you guys know more than I do about that kind of thing, and why they got the video or how they got the video or whatever. But I don't know, it don't look good. And after next week's preview, they're subtle enough to not let you really in on anything, but I have a bad feeling about Lucas. because Waterford has already been harassed by him once. Also, June trying to find allies and people she can turn. I don't know. She kind of seems to be eyeing the black girl that's had 3 babies because maybe she could eventually use her, feelings as a mother against her, or to get her to side with them. But she seems like she's not having any of that. So I don't know. But again, this is all at the whims of the writers. So I don't know if I, like the idea of her trying to change that girl. Because everywhere I turn in this show, you just got to watch your back. And being an ex-Jehovah's Witness, let me tell you something. Religious people in that group, that's a bunch of rats. Okay, it's a rat ship, and everybody loves spying on each other and double-crossing each other. It is, you do something wrong in front of anybody in that church, they will sell you out. And this is worse than that. So, I don't know. You say the wrong thing to the wrong person anywhere. But when it comes to belief systems, you really got to be careful. And so I don't think June's done learning lessons about who to trust yet. What else do we have here? Emily and her relationship with her kid is all very sweet. And I do think that Emily is going to be like a major player in getting people out of Gilead and getting information to the right people to fight Gilead. But again, I don't know how they could wrap this all up in just this season. So I'm hoping that the show comes back for a 4th season. I honestly don't know how long this show should go on. I think 4 seasons would be perfect, depending on how this one goes. I also really, there's background noise here. I really loved this shot. They talk about it in the behind the scenes thing. What did they use to cover up their smoke smell? Because wouldn't those ladies just have smelled it out? I'm like, oh, what have you been doing? And June, I don't know if anybody else knows what it's like to be around a smoker. I was one. We smell like smoke. And Altoids and some spray doesn't really do it. It's like somebody who's drinking and trying to hide it. We can smell it. Trust us. And so I don't know. I thought that it was really cool scene and really cool visuals, and making a statement that we're out here smoking a cigarette. Fuck the man. But at the same time, I go, man, they'd all smell it on you guys. I mean, it'd be on your clothes, and in that closed room like that. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about this episode. And I'm sorry for being the way I was at the beginning of this episode, but I have to put it out there. It's really important to me that this channel grows, and I don't want to stop making Handmaid's Tale videos. I really, really don't. I enjoy doing them quite a bit. And seeing the channel grow because of it makes me want to do it more, and makes me want to do contests and things like that. And all I'm asking for is a little extra support from the people that are already subscribers and to people new to the channel. So we will be back next week with episode 5, because I need to be able to at least see if this works at all, if we get any growth. So we'll be doing episodes 5 and 6 for sure. But I don't know if we'll continue on if we can't get this channel to have a little gas going into, the next couple of months. So anyway, if you did like this review, and after all that, you'd really have to like this review to hit the like button. Comment, share, subscribe, and those are those important words. Share, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. Let other people know about this channel, because I'm sorry, when I see mediocre people doing mediocre work on The Handmaid's Tale, just standing there in front of their camera going, I like it. It's a good show. Not good enough for me. You guys deserve better, and you're throwing your views at people that don't deserve it, and I'm being an asshole. So, sorry. It's a little early in the morning, and I got my blood up after watching this show. So this is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews saying I better quit now while I'm ahead, and have a great day.